Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I am Evora Bentley, faith and wealth coach, helping others to change their mind so that they can then begin to see their world change around them. Hello from Ghana, Africa. I am still here, and today is a very hot day here, but I must admit, I really enjoy the weather. I really enjoy the color I have received in regard to the sun, just getting all down into my melanin. So it's been a really great trip here. So let me share. So I am also going to be sharing like where I'm staying at. I'm also even going to share more about the cost of food and things like that. And so I have so much more content to post, y'all, but I'm going to be very honest and transparent. Even though I love being out here and I love being out in these Ghana streets, sometimes it can be so tiring that I have to go out and I'm like, let me go in for a little bit just to cool off, because I'm getting used to the heat. Even though I love the heat, I'm getting used to this heat. I'm going to be honest. But in this next video, what I'm going to be sharing with you all are clips is my visit to Cape Coast, the Slave Castle. And I want to share something because there's an area where I'm staying at, and it has it's like a mall area. It has food. There's even a young lady originally from Chicago, I believe, and she owns a restaurant. She said she's been coming back and forth to Ghana since 1998. She's had businesses here and all that, and she lives here. But I met a gentleman when I was eating lunch not too long ago, and he is from Jersey. He's retired. I don't know if he has a place here now. A black gentleman. And one of the things that he said to me, because as I show this video, let the car go by, because as I show this video, right, and I'm going to be sharing as far as the ancestors, and one of the things he said to me was, he tell people that he's a black American Indian. And he says they didn't get all of us from here, but they also got some from the Americas and brought them here. And I know some people may hear me saying ancestors and all of this and all that, and people who look like me are going to be the main ones. And like, some may say, you're not African, you're not this and all that. And if y'all really even do y'all research, Africans were actually given the name of Africa by a European. The point, more of the story is, so much of our identity has been stolen away, and we don't understand that the reason why we operate less than God's little g, the God within us, because God is within us, is because of the fact that we have so had our identity completely stripped away. Hello, how you doing? Completely stripped away. So before I share this, and I just want to share, if a lot of us do our research, we will understand that Africa is called the motherland because this is where life, they have done research to find out that this is where human life first existed, and existed with a black lady, a melanated lady. If you do your research, they call her Lulu, is I believe what they call her. So here's the thing, if y'all want to call us Hebrew Israelites, if you want to call us Africans, Native American, we're all Kemet, and Kemet means black. And my whole thing is about healing, being restored to a nation of a people where divide and conquer and stripping of identity has always been a thing that has kept us from rising and being who the Most High created us to be. So that's just my disclaimer before I show you this. So make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share, and remember, I have so much more Ghana content to share. So make sure you also watch the first video. This is Ghana video number 2. Again, I have so much to share, but y'all enjoy this video and make it an amazing day on purpose, and interact with me in the comments. Let me know, what did you like? Even if you guys have some input in some knowledge that I may not have shared in the video, that the tour guide may have not shared, interact with me. Y'all let me know. I love you. Make it a great day on purpose. And remember, as always, when you change your mind, you will then begin to see your world change around you. And we do that by dealing to receive healing and a revealing of knowing who we truly are, discovering our authentic, as it is the only way to receiving real liberty. Okay, so when you first go into the slave castle at Cape Coast, they have some pictures of the greats and some quotes, and I love Mr. Marcus Garvey. He said, a people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. This is so very true. And when I think about people like me, so much of our identity has been stolen. And look, there's so much that's going to be shared. Only thing I can say, if you can, please visit Ghana and visit the slave castle yourself. There's so much more to experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Cape Coast Slave Castle. My name is Coach-Evora. I'll be your guide for the tour today. We'll be starting the tour by first seeing the male punishment cell right here. In the course of the tour, we'll see the female punishment cells. There were two dungeons created in this slave castle. One dungeon to hold the men and a separate dungeon to hold women and children. After seeing these dungeons, we will walk out of what we call the door of no return, the exit to the ships. We shall return, see the governor's place before we end our wrap up. But before we see the cell, let me give a short history of this slave castle. Let me start with the Portuguese. Because the Portuguese, they were the first Europeans to come to the shores of Ghana. The Portuguese were on the shores. 1665, the British fought the Dutch, defeated them, and then developed a slave castle. So everything you see here is British built. And for close to 200 years, many Africans were taken through the slave castle to the Americas and the Caribbean and enslaved on the plantation farms. And the Africans taken from here. There were many who were captured within Ghana, but in those days there were Africans captured in neighboring countries. Togo, these came around 1482. They acquired a piece of land in a town not far from here known as Elmina. And in Elmina, the Portuguese built a trading fort. They were using the fort initially as a transit point to take the gold away. But in the early 1500s, the Portuguese started taking Africans from Elmina to Brazil, enslaving the Africans on the sugarcane plantations there. By the end of the 1500s, other Europeans were competing with the Portuguese. The French, the Spanish, the British, the Dutch, they were all over. They auctioned the Africans. They were exchanging them for European goods. So the British in the slave castle, they would use the guns, textiles, and gunpowder to exchange or to barter. And after getting the Africans, they had them branded. They had the branding irons with their company's names or emblems carved out at the tops into fire on the arms or the backs for easy identification. From there, they will separate them. The male dungeon, it was designed to hold as many as 1,000 men. And the female dungeons, about 400 women and children. In the dungeons, the Africans will be in for 2 weeks to 3 months, with the British waiting for the ships to come. In the Americas, they took the Africans to the colonies in the United States, the Caribbean, the lives of Jamaica, Barbados, Bahamas, and over there, the Africans were enslaved, used as forced labor on the sugarcane, the tobacco, and the cotton plantations. I will pause for a second. Any question before we see the cell?
Just another question. This is a suggestion. Add Antigua to that list of places.
Antigua, British Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago. I get you. You're welcome home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's see the cell over here.
Okay, so I actually call out the Africans. Everybody's African.
Oh, wash your hair.
So the cell, I want us to move in first, and then I will explain what happened. Please keep your heads very low.
Tall people, are you listening? Keep your head low. Short people, just go through.
So keep it low until you are in.
See, I'm keeping my head low because I'm tall.
and down
The
again.
energy walking inside the cell was so surreal. I can't even explain.
1,000 points.
Yeah.
Not
Here,
here.
so.
I mean in total, right? Yeah, total. Not in this one.
No, that's what it's
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah, you see how we sweating?
Yeah.
So imagine no guts. No, because she's trying to show us what it's like to be in here.
Yeah, so there was no electricity back in those days. And there were 3 doors or gates fixed at the entrance. So the African men in the dungeons, they fought for their freedom. They tried escaping. And these freedom fighters, they were taken out of the dungeon, beaten at the courtyard, and then put in here, the middle cell. Once they put the African in, the British will close all the 3 doors. No food, no water, and no air in here. So he stays until he dies. The idea was to kill, but to kill slowly, painfully. To use the African to set an example to the other men held in the dungeons. So the freedom fighters, they were killed or murdered in here, the condemned cell. When one dies in here, what the British will do is they will bring all the other men out of the dungeon to sit at the courtyard. The dead body is taken out for the others to see. So to try and put fear in the other men. So this used to be a death chamber, a condemned cell. It was a death chamber, a condemned cell. So they put the African in, he's taken. It's also the day the fishermen get to take a day off. Get some sleep. Few days for fishing. Now, in the male dungeon, the last chamber where the shrine is kind of urging them to move to walk home. So no one was going in or coming out. Just I'm observing. And these were the storerooms, the gold and other stuff they took away. They stole it. Today, Britain has more gold reserves than any country.
And the queen is very wealthy, and the royal family is still.
What about the gold that they are returning back to them? They are returning gold to Ghana, the British.
Yeah, nobody don't like her.
Hey.
So this is me at the door of return, which once used to be the door of no return. It was the last place where the slaves went out. And right behind it was the oceans where many slaves died and lost their life. And this is just me sitting on the steps in the castle. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. And these are just clips. This is the female slave dungeon. And yeah, and so that shows me door of the return. Just welcoming the diaspora back, you know, to Ghana. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Again, I highly encourage you visit Ghana to visit here, to take a visit here. Again, it's been so much momentum. It has been absolutely amazing. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And again, I have so much more content. I have so much more videos to share with you all. So make sure you be on the lookout for those. Hope you liked it. Give this video a thumbs up. And you all have an amazing day on purpose.